So last week I was in the Sahara Desert in Morocco. Helped lead a group down there, and we had an amazing time. And my wife and I went, and we took our little baby, who was only about 6 weeks old, little Sandriana. And I had a really special experience with her that I wanted to share. As we were coming out of the Sahara, went way back into the big dunes, and we were coming out, and we stopped in Tamgraut. It's this old village, and it was kind of this thoroughfare from the Sahara. They used to do these 50-day caravans from Timbuktu to Mahamid, and they would come through that point where we were, and then they'd go through Tamnagrao. And there was an old library there that had thousands and thousands of handwritten books. It was awesome. And a lot of the books they had brought in from Spain, and so there was this kind of this connection between this area in southern Spain and going through out into the Sahara. And we went into this old library, and it was beautiful. It was Cordoba, Spain is where that was. And so we went in there, like, saw these hundreds and hundreds of years old and all handwritten, just gorgeous. It was really special, pretty amazing. And in the courtyard there were several homeless people just kind of sitting around. And I was holding Sandriana and kind of walking with her so she wouldn't fuss. And I looked over and I saw one homeless man down there. He was an older man, just kind of sitting. He was just leaning against the wall, and he had his little blanket and a couple little things, and he was just kind of slumped over with his head down. Just looked really discouraged. And as I looked over at him, I thought, you know what? I bet he would like to see a baby. And the Moroccan people, they love children and they love babies. Whenever we were there last year with our little, she's now 2, and I walked around with her, and they would stop and give them kisses, and they love children. And so I thought, you know what? Instead of walking past, instead of overlooking another human being like we often do, I'm gonna go over there. So I walked towards him, and he looked up toward me, and just kind of connected, and I walked over, and I squatted down on the ground where he was just kind of slumped over, looking, so discouraged and depressed. And I held out Sandriana to him. And he just brightened up. He just lit up. And he reached in and he gave her a kiss. And then he put his hand on her head and was just talking to her in Arabic. And I got the sense he was blessing her. And he was just talking. He gave her another kiss, and then he talked. Now he just like he was just blessing her. And then he looked up to me, just in my eyes, just with so much feeling, and said, "Shukran, thank you. Thank you." And it was just an awesome opportunity to connect with a man who is having a rough go of life right now, and to bring a little baby over so that he could have a little brightness and give her a kiss and a blessing, and just have that moment. So let's just remember that we all have that human connection. You don't have to go out and go to Africa and find a homeless person. Maybe there's someone in your life, someone nearby who feels overlooked, who feels discouraged and down. And maybe just a moment where you can be a little bit of light, a little bit of hope, a little bit of love. So I just want to share that. Let's be more loving, more kind, more thoughtful. It just takes a moment to make a positive difference in someone's life. Reach upward.